All right, guys, welcome to this week's GDC podcast. Today we've got Brody and Billy, and we also have a guest on, Austin, or NO2 Boss, as he's known in the Discord group and on Instagram. How's it going, guys?
Going good.
Good.
So, Austin, we have you on the podcast today because you were the winner of the Discord group member spotlight interview. Do you want to kind of tell everyone how you won that this month?
Well, it was started as a joke, but basically I kind of just threw out the idea of getting a GDC tramp stamp, and then he said bet, so I said $50. So he paid me $50. And I got a GDC tramp stamp.
Nice. And this was the guys in the Discord group, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And did they pay up?
Oh yeah, they did. I made sure.
Okay. Good deal. So I'm definitely gonna put a picture of the tattoo up. How's it healing? Is it healing all right?
Oh yeah, it's healing good. The first day I couldn't really bend over at all. It hurt really bad, but
well,
it's just kind of itchy right now. That's basically it.
Yeah. Okay. What do you guys think about that, Brody and Billy? I know you guys saw the pictures and everything like that, and y'all were the first people I sent it to.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't think you'd actually do it. I was actually on the Discord talking to you about it. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
That's some commitment. I gotta admit, that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
the guy came in. He showed me basically the sketch what he's gonna do. It looked like about the size of my phone. I'm like, okay. All of a sudden he slaps on me. He's like 3 times bigger. And I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Now, my only question is okay, you got $50, but did they pay for the tattoo too, or did you have to pay for the tattoo?
Basically, they wound up actually paying me a little more, but it wound up being about half. So I paid half, they paid half. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Is it appropriate to show it on the podcast?
All right. I had a bend in a weird way, but okay.
What are we getting into?
Nice.
Oh, jeez.
Nice. And I'll put it up on screen somewhere.
A little bigger than my hand.
There you go.
That's great.
So, tell us a little bit about the vehicles you have, the build you're doing, what you've done to it so far, and kind of, let's start with that. Let's start with your build and what you got going on.
All right. Well, the main one you guys really see is my newest one. It's 04 Mitsubishi Eclipse GS. It's got the 2.4. It doesn't have the V6, but I had that for about 2 years. Put rims on it. Actually, I got those for free. I traded in my stocks to one of my buddies who wanted stocks on his, so I got his rims.
Nice.
Then I got 6-speed lug nuts and center caps. Then I redid my entire audio system. I got 2 DB12s in the back with DB audio all around with the Pioneer double din deck. Then I got a exhaust system I bought off eBay that actually turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to, but it sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Then I just got my 6-speed seats put in. Then I got a NRG quick release with a Spec D wheel. Then I repainted all my interior panels in that one.
Nice. How are the seats holding up?
Dude, the seats are amazing. It feels like you're getting hugged everywhere you go.
Okay. And what'd you do about the bracket?
Well, I just bought brackets off eBay.
Okay.
It had basically it bolts down to your stock bolts, and then it has a bunch of slots. So it's a universal thing. So it works with like 9 out of 10 racing seats you get.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
I had to adapt the front just a little bit because of the sliding bar. It would hit the bracket, so I put a couple washers in between that fixed that problem.
Nice. Well, Austin, I'm going to let you know I'm a little bit jealous on 2 fronts. You got a GDC tattoo before me, and you got the Eclipse build going before me.
You're slacking, Sean.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Those are 2 things I want to do. But you got the right one. You got the 4-cylinder because you can do a lot with that turbo.
Yeah.
And,
I heard too many bad things about the 3.0 V6s they had. They had a lot of issues.
Right. And we had talked about in the group doing the Evo engine swap and making a lot of power out of the Eclipse. So definitely something to think about.
That is definitely one of my future plans for it, but I'm saving up right now to swap the engine in my pickup to get that one running again.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Nice. And for Brody and Billy, if they don't know, you want to talk a little bit about the pickup? Anything going on with that, or?
Well, yeah, that was actually my first car I ever got. I got that actually before I even had my license. I paid $1,800 for it off on Craigslist. Didn't have an engine in it, but we had like 30 engines later in my house. We slapped one of those in there. But yeah, I did. I got US mag rims on it. I did an entire custom exhaust where I used my buddy's 370Z resonators, made mufflers out of those, put that on it. And I put a roll bar on it with just lights galore everywhere. But
yeah. And if you guys have not seen that truck, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
You've got a picture in the photo gallery, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I do. I got a couple in there, I think.
Yeah, that especially the lights in the front, like that thing is sweet for sure.
Yeah,
definitely like that build.
Those lights in the front, they're actually made for I think it was a Jeep Wrangler.
Okay.
But, yeah, it's all universal. It just plugged right in, and it's all Bluetooth. I control the halos, my phone, and everything. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Brody, Billy, what do you have to add to a little bit?
Say that again. You froze.
Yeah, we froze for a second. I was going to say, Brody, Billy, what do you guys have on Austin's builds? What questions do you have for him? Comments?
Go ahead.
So, have you done any upgrades to the engine at all, or not? Not yet.
Other than my exhaust system, my car, it's basically it. But as Sean was saying, I want to do the Evo swap in it. So that's kind of what I'm saving up to do now. Instead of doing all the work on this engine, and may as well swap it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
So he is doing exactly what you want to do, Sean. So come on now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we talked about it in the group. Like we were kind of working through it, and it was really funny because like certain people attract other people that are like them. Because I've never met so many people who liked the 3G Eclipse until I created a
Same.
Like never, man. Nobody likes that car. But then all of a sudden, you create the group, you start getting like-minded people in there, and all of a sudden, there's all these Eclipse lovers. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I guess my question will be, do you plan on getting anything else besides the Eclipse going? So do you have the truck currently, or is that gone now?
I got the truck. It's just it runs and everything. It's having an issue with the brakes right now. Basically, I upgraded the brakes in the front, so I got a brake booster with 2-piston brake disc in the front. So I swapped out, got rid of the drum brakes. But the engine I have in currently, I kind of forgot that it has a major vacuum leak that since the day I put it in, I cannot find it anywhere. I changed so many parts on it, it won't fix it. So my brakes don't really work because the brake booster doesn't work.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
A little crucial.
So you have the truck, you have your Eclipse. So do you have anything else right now, or is those just the two?
I got a 94 Maxima that I didn't really do anything with. I bought it for $300 from a buddy at work, and then
there you go.
I was doing donuts in the back with it in front wheel drive, and the axle snapped, so it's been sitting in my yard ever since.
Well, Billy and I can attest. We definitely love the cheap builds because we flipped a few and made surprising money off spending $400 or $500 on these stupid things. And yeah, you make a couple grand. It's whatever. It's profit.
Yeah.
And Austin, how'd you get into the car community? How'd you get into the car scene? Like, when did you find out that you loved it?
Well, it all started back in 8th grade when I got Need for Speed, and it just kind of grew from there. I made a couple of friends who liked to go into car shows and stuff, so I started going, and I just fell in love after that.
Nice. Well, what questions do you have for us? A lot of times content creators make a bunch of content, and the audience doesn't necessarily get a chance to speak up and talk about a lot of stuff besides like comment sections. So what questions do you have for Brody, Billy, or myself?
Well, nothing really much. The basically only thing I want to know is when we're doing the GDC car meet coming up.
Yes. We're going to get together. I know Brody has some family down in Texas, and I know Billy would not mind making a trip down here at some point. So we're going to get together and try to figure out a date to when we can all be there and get it scheduled and do it the right way. My whole thing is I want to make sure that we do it the right way. I want to make sure we have the infrastructure to do it correctly, and we have enough time to get people to be able to travel and stuff like that. So it is coming, but as a small business, it's something I really want to plan and make sure we get it right.
Yeah, understandable.
So for sure.
Yeah.
Billy, what's new with the going on?
Absolutely nothing. Haven't touched it. I was in Panama for a whole week, so I just recently got back and recently not sick anymore.
That's right. You missed last week because you were sick.
Yeah.
The Panama flu got you.
Oh yeah, I got eaten alive by whatever bike, and
he drank the water.
I did not drink the water.
How was the trip otherwise?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was the private villa that we stayed at. Oh, it was gorgeous.
Okay.
I saw a sloth in the backyard and got woken up by monkeys from hopping from tree to tree. It was crazy.
Oh, very cool.
Awesome.
Very cool. Who'd you end up going with?
My brother, his wife, and my girlfriend.
Nice. Very cool. Brody, what's going on with your builds? Anything new this week?
Well, not a whole lot. So I don't know. I forget what we were talking about last time. But yeah, so now all I have now is the FJ and the Raptor. So those are the two things I have now. The Crosstrek is going away. So there's going to be no more dailying of the Crosstrek. That's going to be given to my brother. So that'll be gone. So it'll just be the FJ and just be the Raptor, which is outside. So I have a lot of stuff planned. I have a lot of stuff planned for this guy. I don't know if I'm going to start it right now, if I'm going to wait till it starts snowing or any of that stuff to kind of get it going, because I probably want to start with pulling the axle, kind of rebuilding all that stuff. The full exhaust still has to come off, and there's a bunch of other things that need to be done too. So I want to make it better than it was before again. Just kind of keep doing this over and over again. But we'll see when I get to that point, and then we'll see what happens with the Raptor. It's got a lot done to it already, and I need to just figure out what I want to do next.
Very cool. Very cool. Right in the middle of this, I'm going to kind of do a plug here. If you guys want to follow Austin, it's at NO2Boss, correct? On Instagram?
Yeah, it's NO2 underscore boss, just because. Yeah,
NO2_boss. If you want to follow Brody, it's at BrodyBuilt. Billy, you're BG Built, correct?
BG_built.
BG_built. Okay. And then we're at Gentleman's Driving Club, of course. Has anyone seen any decrease in visibility on Instagram lately?
I've heard about it. I haven't really experienced myself though.
I've been seeing a lot, like on not necessarily on stories, because I think pretty much everybody watches their stories, but on posts, man, I've been getting slaughtered. Like I feel like not as many people are seeing it, and I've heard a lot of other content creators saying the same thing. So I was curious if you guys had noticed that.
Yeah,
so wait, what are you saying? Are you saying that you're not getting as many views? Is that what you're saying the issue is?
Yeah, story views are the same, but when you make actual posts, it seems like they're not getting nearly as many views, which typically means that either A, the content's not good, or B, Instagram's not showing it on everyone's feeds.
I didn't even hear anything about that. I mean, my likes are consistently right where they're at. They never really vary that much. So I've never paid attention.
Yeah. Well, it's something I'll definitely have to work through for sure. Brody, you got a new video on YouTube.
Yep.
You and the girlfriend doing some adventuring together, right?
Yes, we are. We were going to go camping tonight, but things kind of changed, so we're not going to be doing that. But we are going to be heading up to the mountains either she's going up tomorrow, so I might have to see if I tag along with her to that one. If not, we definitely are going up Sunday. So we'll probably be taking the FJ, or I might see how wide the Raptor is and see if it'll actually fit on some of these damn Colorado trails. So 96 inches wheel to wheel is pretty dang wide, which is even wider to the fenders. So we'll see how a Baja setup long travel can do up here. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. And Austin, I hate to put you on the spot like this, but I have to tell these gentlemen the bad news. Austin has never had Chick-fil-A before.
Dude.
What? There's no way. There's no way.
Does that even exist?
Okay, I'll admit, I have never had Chick-fil-A today. I had breakfast there this morning. I can't even say that. I had Chick-fil-A probably 4 times this week. Do not judge.
I'm telling you, Austin, it is good. And you have to make a trip out there next time you're in the area. I don't know, for a doctor's appointment, for a car show, something, man. You got to go check it out.
You don't understand how far away Chick-fil-A is from the closest one's an hour and a half. And just
where are you at exactly? Where are you at exactly?
I'm in Central California, but apparently they don't like Chick-fil-A here.
Interesting. Do you have In-N-Outs?
Oh yeah, we got In-N-Outs every corner.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
In-N-Out's where it's at.
My problem with In-N-Out is they don't have bacon.
That is.
They don't have what?
That is true.
They don't have bacon.
What?
Well, okay,
In-N-Out
Sean. Not
burgers.
everyone got good times. I know when we used to go back in high school.
Good Times has bacon.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Not everyone's like good times.
Well, I mean, I'm in Texas. They have bacon everywhere.
True.
Okay.
So, I mean, that was my whole thing with In-N-Out is I was disappointed. That ruined my whole In-N-Out experience, not having bacon.
It's a different burger. I mean, I really like In-N-Out. I think they're really kind of cheap for the most part, and then it's just that California kind of style burger, which I dig it. Which we are finally going to be getting one here soonish, hopefully within the next year. So
we were told that last year, though.
I know, but our distribution center did get approved. It was in the news. So Colorado Springs, Denver area is going to be getting In-N-Out at some point.
Okay. Good.
Which we just got a Raising Cane's up here.
Yeah.
It was stupid. They had to block traffic. People were in the intersection. They had police out there directing which way to go for, getting into the drive-thru. Oh, it was a cluster. It was hilarious.
Raising Cane's makes all over here in Louisiana for sure.
Yeah.
They're spreading.
So Austin, what are you looking forward to out of the group? How can we improve the group? What would you like to see moving forward? We'd love to get your feedback on the podcast as well as the Discord group and everything like that. It's not every day I get to have somebody, a customer and now a friend on the podcast to kind of get some feedback.
Well, so far everything's going good. I don't have any complaints at all. I don't know. I'm looking forward to see where this thing goes. But yeah, so far so good, and I have no complaints.
Sweet. What would you like to see on next week's podcast?
Dude, I have no clue, man.
Okay. Brody, Billy, what you got, guys?
Well, I'm just going to kind of plug this out there because I know Sean and I were kind of talking about it. And this is kind of for you, Austin, as well as anybody viewing this. If we could take GDC kind of to that next level, actually make it something more than a merchandise shop. Because Sean and I were kind of talking about if we actually opened a shop. This is something that I've been trying to do for a while, but Colorado's basically retail market and all the commercial properties is so extreme here. There's been talk about maybe if I go back down to Texas, Sean and I were kind of thinking about maybe trying a little shop action where we could have, the Gentleman's Driving Club merch, but then we actually have a home base where we could actually, work on the cars, build
HQ.
them. Yeah, exactly. The HQ of GDC and all that, where we can build the cars, do the stuff that Sean wants to do, the crazy Eclipse builds, his Audi, all that kind of stuff, where we could do stuff for Billy's Porsche. And then really it would just kind of branch out and it could be for anybody in the GDC community. So that's kind of something that we've been working on. And I would like to kind of see what feedback would be from anybody. Comment what you guys think about that idea. And if that's something you guys would be interested in, because it would be something that could almost act as a meet point, any of that thing, where we could possibly find a location for the shop that would be
big enough to support everybody.
Yeah, big enough to support everybody and in a convenient location. So that's kind of
awesome.
what we were looking at.
Right. Essentially, and thank you for bringing that up, Brody. Essentially, we want to create a GDC HQ to where we can operate, expand, and grow the business out of as far as merchandise, as far as media goes. I'm on YouTube. Both Brody and Billy are on YouTube. And we would really like a space to where we can really branch out and make this a ginormous media company, not only just an apparel company and community, and like Brody said, have a place where we can actually be a shop to where if you want to bring your vehicles there, we can go ahead and do the modifications that you guys were looking for, whether that's exhaust, whether that's doing supercharger installs, custom tunes, all kinds of stuff. So definitely would love feedback on that and to see what your thoughts were on it.
So, hey, I just want to pop in and say hello, and I know y'all are recording, so just want to make two quick comments here. Sean, you were talking about the Instagram thing, about the lack of viewers. I have found, this is the way that I have worked with Instagram lately, I have found that it all relies on the niche. It all relies on the niche that you're in. They don't want you to specify the niche you're in. They want it to be relevant to other niches.
Okay.
So if you're into cars, they want you to show how cars are relevant to the fashion industry or book industry or however. That's usually the best way I've always dealt with Instagram. Show how it's relevant to everything else. So yeah, that might be.
I can see where you're coming from in the fact that they want to show the most relevant content to everyone, to all of their users. So that definitely makes sense for sure.
And another thing y'all might want to talk about, I don't know if you talked about this, is that actually coming from me? No, it's not.
Not sure where it's coming from.
Okay. But another thing y'all might want to talk about, I don't know if you've talked about this or not, but how the integration of cars have gone from gas to hybrid, meaning gas and electrical, all electrical. Some are even going to self-driving now. Just tell the whole little transitional, your thoughts, your ideas, the history, whatever.
Okay.
Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Brody, I'm gonna let you run with this one started out, because I think you kind of have more of an understanding of that kind of market and how they're moving in that direction for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, as he kind of said, the market's mainly moving to that hybrid electric. So basically, it's one of those things where even from the environmental standpoint, it's one of those things where the government kind of regulation and all that stuff for these car companies is so strict on their gas mileage regulations and all that stuff that this is the route everything is going, just because they're able to make their, not really their profit margins, but it's a way to keep those miles per gallon, their limited numbers actually obtainable. Kind of like bringing in an electric car allows them to have other cars that get less gas mileage that can still be performance. So it's one of the things where Ford actually got rid of a lot of their vehicles. Reason why they let me rephrase that. They're getting rid of a few of their vehicles that they don't want to produce anymore. Quote unquote, a few years back, they basically said they were kind of tired of making boring cars. When you make a wide variety of cars, let's say you get 100 miles per gallon for all of them. It's one of those things where if you get a set 100 miles, if you had 5 cars, okay, well, now you've got 20 to choose from. It's hard. I'm not explaining it correctly. But like say if you had 2 cars. Yeah, so now that's one way they kind of regulations. For me, I'm all for it. I definitely like the electrical entire aspect of it. Tesla's a great company. I mean, I got nothing bad to say against them. I've never owned a Tesla, so I can't have like firsthand experience of it. But I mean, we're talking substantial power numbers that are, kind of pennies to power for these vehicles. I know there's the whole back kind of room side of everything where people talk about how, electric's not really that clean just because you're burning coal and all that stuff to actually get your electricity. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's still a car that it has impressive power numbers for basically what we're talking about, having no motor and all that, which I'm all for it. I would love to see, again, because I'm more of the off-road aspect of it, I would love to see FJs, Jeeps, any kind of big SUV to trucks, any of that stuff, fully electric. It would be a really cool opportunity to kind of see that kind of stuff firsthand and kind of see where it'll go from there. I mean, we're talking about cars that, okay, you don't have a motor, but you have a substantial amount of weight from these batteries. It's like, okay, well, how is that going to perform on from off-roading aspects to even like towing to moving large things to what the vehicle can do. How long is that charging going to last? So it's stuff. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see what they can do with electronic technology, and just keep going from there.
Well, another big thing now is self-driving cars. Self-driving cars are supposed to be the future. Literally, they patch into the electrical grid, they patch into the GPS, and you tell them, go to 304 Elm Street in Sacramento, California, whatever. I'm just naming off a random, thing.
Yeah.
And it just you just sit there and it goes. That's supposed to be,
Yeah, which is great too.
Yeah.
That's a little bit scary to me, but I'm just like, oh, okay, sure.
I mean, we got to move into the future for sure. Electric cars are going to be a thing, obviously, because we don't have an unlimited supply of gasoline. It's a natural resource that is going to run out. So we do have to make concessions. We do have to make plans to move into the future with electric cars and alternatively powered cars. I think self-driving cars, although there is the technology there, in my opinion, I think it's going to be a while before it's very mainstream as far as, your Ford. Yeah. I'm talking about like Ford, they have their parking assist and stuff like that. But before the actual self-driving component comes into play mainstream, I think it's going to be a while. And I think it's going to cause a lot of issues law enforcement wise, because then, are you still not allowed to have open containers in the vehicle? Stuff like that. Different laws, and then accidents.
Your example is Sean is drinking while driving.
Sean just wants to get crushed.
That's what I was going to say. What if you drink and drive?
I'm going to be upset if my self-driving car runs into somebody and I got to fit the bill.
That's why
you hit somebody.
It's not the full self-driving. It's supposed to be just self-assist right now. That's how they're getting away with all the laws right now. So your hands are still supposed to be on the steering wheel. You're still supposed to be paying attention, but the car will theoretically drive itself. But there always has to be a second person on the wheel.
Yeah.
Actually, there is a company that makes a phone holder to put on the steering wheel to weigh it down properly to mud that.
I enjoy driving. I thoroughly enjoy driving. I don't want anybody driving for me. I'm kind of old school.
Oh, me too.
You don't try to take away. Like, let's say we go all the way to electric vehicles in the future. As long as they don't try to take away my gasoline vehicle, I'm good. I'll build a garage of what I want and leave it alone.
Yep. But it's an interesting topic, and there's a lot of little things to talk about, like you just mentioned. How much control is self-driving car or electric car really have, over the driver's preference or that kind of thing. So,
right.
Yeah.
For sure. Well,
so anyway,
Anthony, question for you. Are you familiar with Gentlemen's Driving Club, or were you just on Get Vocal browsing around, or?
Well, I was a little bit, mainly from Get Vocal, because I have been in Get Vocal since their infancy, which was last year, around this time, and I was pretty much one of the regulars on Get Vocal for quite a while. Back in spring, I kind of take a little bit of hiatus, a little bit to deal with some personal issues and some other stuff, and I just wanted to, take a break from this platform just because it was a time-consuming thing. But as far as getting the Gentlemen's Driver Club, no, I didn't know about it other than Get Vocal, because I've seen you on here before. I've seen you do your shows. I've seen all four of you. I think, at least I know I've seen you, Sean, in here talking to other Get Vocal people, and it's great that you're starting a show on here. This is something I've been talking to Get Vocal about that they need to get a variety of things, people in here, everything from car enthusiasts, people who play Dungeons and Dragons, to talk about religion, whatever.
Yeah, I mean it's a good platform for sure.
Yeah.
It's a great platform. Well, we are kind of out of topics for the day. We really wanted to get Austin on here. I'm not sure if you were here from the beginning or not, but Austin showed us the GDC tattoo, which was pretty sweet. But I really wanted to get Austin on here, do the spotlight interview with him.
Let me hop off so he can hop on there. So it was good talking to all four of y'all.
You as well.
Yep.
Yeah, you can talk to you, man.
Thank you.
But Austin, thank you for coming on the show for sure. We're going to keep chopping up in the Discord group. I'll probably have this uploaded either tonight or tomorrow morning for sure. Brody, Billy, you guys have any closing thoughts?
No, I think we covered most of the stuff we were talking about.
Cool. Next week, guys, I promise we'll be a little bit more prepared. We'll have some topics ready to rock and roll. Like I said, the main focus this week was to get Austin on here and chop it up with him. But if you guys are not in the Patreon/Discord group, there'll definitely be a link to it under the YouTube video here. And then also it's, patreon.com/Gentlemen's Driving Club if you want to hop in there, where we kind of chop it up just like this each and every day. But with that, I'm going to let everybody go. I will see you guys later.
All right. Thanks for having me.
See you later.
Yeah. Nice meeting you, Austin.